Hi guys, so today I want to review those monogramming foil press dies that I picked up recently on clearance through HSN. I had to post this video a little bit later than I would like, so it might not even be on sale anymore, but I'm sure they're going to be on Craft & Paint's site, the way they do things. So really basic. This one's called Elegance. This one's called Grande, I guess. And then this one here is a letter set. And I guess they had two different ones that were on clearance on HSN, so I was assuming the other letter set is probably different. So this one's traditional script alphabet, and it has kind of cool because it does have the letters and the numbers, and even hashtag and sign, blank spaces, I guess, if you just want to use two things instead of like three or, you know, whatever. So that's kind of cool. Or just one letter or one number or whatever it is. So that's nice. So I think I'm going to use this larger one just to make it easy to see. I already have this thing plugged in, right, the foil press. I turned it on. Oh, and make sure to check out the little video for the craft caddy from the Crafty Fun collection. It's really cute. I mean, obviously, I don't know who I'll send it to, but it's a really cute little item. Oh my gosh, I just realized I have this card that I wasn't able to use in that video. I'm going to monogram onto this, and I was going to fussy cut it. But maybe it's good to just monogram right onto your card front. Let me think here. What do I want to do? No, maybe I'll still monogram it. I don't know. If you're going to monogram onto your card front, just put your card front, you know what I'm saying, so that it's nice and even. You do have ruler grid lines on your surface here, but I'm just going to use this pink piece of paper because I hardly ever use pink. I use black always whenever I go to foil something, except for recently I used the butterfly and I used a white paper. But let me cut this open, and I always cut my things open just like this. I keep all my foil press in that tub that I showed you guys in Busted Out video. So we have this. I don't know. Actually, let me go and check something real quick. So we're going to open that up, have it ready. I have my Gemini Junior on. If you don't have a Gemini Junior, you have your Gemini. Make sure you have the adapter for this so that it activates the Gemini to turn on. I was looking for this because usually I just do 30 seconds. I don't care. I'm just like, yeah, 30 seconds, that sounds good. But let's go look at the chart here. It's the first page in the book, and I had to go look for this book. It was underneath everything in my little tub. This cardstock isn't that thick. It's kind of junky cardstock. It's just like recollections. But it starts off with 300 GSM, 350 GSM, 135 vellum, 250 mirror card, acetate, leather, fabric, satin. So I guess we're just going to go with the basic one. So that's low. And the size, I guess, of the die is probably a medium size. It says to do it for 15 seconds. Now, it seems like so very little to me, but I'm going to follow what it says. So we have our die. It has not beeped. There it goes. I turned this on earlier because when I was doing the video for Busted Out, it took forever for this thing to warm up. So I was like getting really, what's the word? Impatient. So I went ahead and plugged it in for you guys. So whenever you plug it in first, you press the power button. Just plugging in, this light turns on, but it's not really on. So you press the power button. These little numbers come on up here. And then you choose the temperature you want, and it starts warming up to that temperature, if it's low, medium, or high. So this one says low temp, so I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna push this to the side. Oh, actually, since it's here, let's go ahead and set the 15 seconds. I feel like it should go a little more. Let's do 20 seconds, and I'll take the heat if it does overfoiling. It's my fault, okay? Because I wasn't listening. Let's go 20 seconds. So I'm gonna move this up here, and then there's a start button. That's the button I'll press when we actually start warming this up. So I should have brought this down a little bit. I'm using my nails because by this time it is getting a little hot. And let's get our letters out. So while it's sitting here, it's already warming up. So that's number one, right? Because it's already getting hot as it's sitting there. So you always want to work a little bit quickly. And then when we press to go, it's because the foil's on there, your paper's on there, and then you go for it. But just always know that. And what I want to check one other thing. Oh, that's right. That's for cutting, right? Number 4. Metal shim. I was like, why do you use the metal shim? I've never used the metal shim, except for maybe when I reviewed this. Oh, you know what? It's probably... Yeah, I don't know. Oh, well. Okay, so I'm talking about this way too long. So let's see. Okay, if you're going to foil, it has to go backwards, right? And like if I did my initials V-A-L, put it on there, and when you turn it around, you want the V first, so it has to be last here. I'm just gonna put my initials, even though I wouldn't send somebody a card with my initials on it. But I was gonna say that's also my sister's initials, but that's not true. Because It's just not. So this is interesting. I thought these bits were going to fall into those little tiny divots, but it doesn't have anything. So we're just going to place them here. Now that's interesting. Hopefully they don't move, right? Some people love this thing. Some people, the reviews are very mixed. So I have a feeling it has to do with that. That's kind of weird. I thought those little holes would be there to help you. So interesting. Where's the L? Right here. So you do have spaces that are thinner. You have some larger things. Some of these, yeah, that's interesting. So I guess it just depends on how you want to space stuff out. You have some play on that. Okay. Ooh. All right, we're going to leave that there. Again, backwards, right? So whatever your first initial is should go last, right? I have this piece, again, just a pink. I guess the whole thing doesn't have to run through. We're going to do that. And then, I know it's a lot of talking because this thing is warming up the whole time that we're just chatting. This. Oh, I forgot about the foil. I do have a piece of foil left over from the other day that might fit here, but that's okay. I'm just going to use this Aurora. And I do not like that they tape this so much. It kind of messes with your foil. And then it leaves a stickiness there. Ooh. This one's a little bit better. Smaller piece of tape. But you really want to get all that tape off. So maybe today I didn't have to fire it up early. I was like, oh, I better turn it on because the other day it took forever to warm up. And today we're rolling right along. Okay, let's... This piece is too big. Oh, yeah, again. I always want to cut with those Tim Holtz scissors and they're all sticky and gummy from cutting God knows what. All right. Always. Your color face down. Oops, I missed it. I missed it. Now I need to cut a bigger piece. Anyway, your color face down because that's what's going to be foiled onto your paper. So you want that pushed up into your paper, right? All right, let's go. That's better. And then we have this little guy. Just a piece of paper. I'm not going to use the metal shim. I'm just going to go ahead and put this. Now we're supposed to press start. And that's going to heat up. I guess it's heating up the foil too. So even though the metal was heating up as we were chatting, just slightly different. And then when it beeps, we're going to run it through. And be careful, it's kind of hot. So I haven't had to use this yet. Like I said in the review, I used it, but I'm not sure I remember why I use this. Maybe if you use something thin, like, I don't know what paper you would run through, but all right, pull this out. Or if it didn't foil very well, so the second time you know to do a little bit tighter, I don't know. All right, let me just make sure that this is down in that groove. And we will see if it worked. So I'm running that through the Gemini Junior. Ooh. The bottom of this thing is hot, you guys. The top isn't hot so much, but the bottom, when you go to grab it, just be careful. So let me lay this down. Take that off. Ooh, look at that. It even made like sweat, like water. That's weird. I've never seen that before. Ooh, this is really well done, I can tell. Because look the way it's all pushed in there. So, let's see. I don't know if you're supposed to... Well, you know what? I actually have all the stuff that goes along with this thing. I'm going to put this to the side, get it off of here. I guess I'm done using this, actually. So, it doesn't really matter. But I was going to take this. And you have... If you buy a certain bundle, it comes with a little cooling rack. So, you can take that and put it right on your little cooling rack. For me, I can put it around the silicone and it shouldn't hurt anything. I know we want to see what happened. I just turned it off because I don't want to waste it. Oh my gosh, you guys. 20 seconds worked like a charm. Look at that. Look at that. And then I could totally use this because this is like perfect. Oh, maybe you guys want to see that. Okay, let me try this thing back on. Back on! And slide this back in here. And just... we're going to give it 30 seconds. This part is kind of tricky because you're going to have to use a lot of paper shims. And 30 seconds might be overkill, but it still feels pretty hot. I'm going to let it warm up a little bit more. So I'm going to show you how you can foil this onto, let's say, oh, this piece right here. Look at that. Perfect. That I just cut off. And this whole silver stuff should stay on the paper. But, oh my gosh, I can't even... That is very, very perfect. Okay, let's let this thing warm up. Actually, I'm going to start doing it right now because I feel weird about it. So, I have the foil and everything facing down on here. And what happens now is that you really need shims. So this time I will use the metal shim. Oh, there it goes. So it's hot enough. You really want that to push into your paper. So I think I have some paper shims I saw earlier. At least one. This is just cardstock that I've used before as a shim. That's why it's all like crazy looking. I'll put that on there. Let me press start. I'll put another piece of shim just in case. You really need that to have pressure. That should be good because it's about the same height like I'm feeling here. So that should be good. We'll see what happens. Excuse me, something got in my throat there. So what I was gonna do is fussy cut this because otherwise if you know, obviously like I said, you can just put it right on a card and it'll be really pretty. But I want to fussy cut around it and then we'll put it like on another card base. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see if this works, y'all. I'm pressing this down so it can go through. Okay. We will see. If it doesn't look too good, I'll probably have to run it through with like another piece, maybe. We'll see. Ooh, it's nice and hot. Nope. Perfect. So I did 30 seconds. Now this time, obviously your foil was facing the paper, right? The color, so you can actually see how it was gonna look when we're done. And I guess you could just leave it like this, to be honest, but what you're supposed to do now is go ahead and remove the plastic. Oh no! I probably have to do a little more. Look at that. A little bit more. Nope. Wasn't quite right. I'm gonna do it again. And this time I don't care for overfoil, so let's go with super hot. And let's go maybe 15 seconds because we already did kind of some. And I'm gonna add one more shim of paper. Say start. Oh, not start. Okay, we're gonna do that again. I didn't mean to press start. Sorry, guys. Okay, I reset. Let's go back. Let's do 15 seconds on warm. And I'm going to wait for it to beep to tell me it's ready for warm, like the middle, medium. And then we'll run it through and I'm going to get one more piece of paper for a shim. Okay, it hasn't beeped for me, but I'm super impatient. So let's go ahead and put this back down again, face down. Now I got a different piece for shimming, but I'm going to go ahead and put the metal. I'm going to put two cardstocks, 3 cardstock. Oh, there it goes. It's ready now. So 3 cardstock, then this guy. Then we're going to press start. Let that really, really warm up there. Maybe I'm going to leave it for a little bit longer. Maybe I will do 30. I'm feeling it in my hands as I'm pushing this down. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I can feel it really hot. So what happens is if you get it too hot, you get what they call overfoiling, right? Like the foil is where you don't want it. But for this piece, we want the foil everywhere. We don't care. So like if it's too hot, it's not really the biggest problem, right? Or if it gets too much, because that's basically what we want. So let's try it again. Now we have a little more pressure and a little more heat. And we'll see if that works. But again, like I said, you can leave that foil on there, the plastic. I mean, maybe after a while I might start coming up to her and say, hey, what's this? If it was a gift, you know. Let me go ahead and turn this off. Regardless of what happens, I'm not going to do it again, so I'm going to turn that off. And let's see if we have any success this time. I know, I think I've seen, like, Debbie put quite a few shims, so sometimes I think you just need more pressure than you think. Oopsie. My paper, my card went with it. Oh, got magnetic somehow. Okay, let's see what happens. Down in this area, it doesn't look too good. It doesn't look very promising, guys. Let's see. The plastic looks kind of funky. Oh my goodness. I already lifted it up one time, but this time it's like, no. Yeah, oh, okay. That's interesting. That part that I did lift and it didn't do a very good job, it looks horrible, but the rest of it looks okay. So I guess as long as you didn't mess with it, it's not too bad. Look at that. It did miss some spots. Also, what I'm looking at is that the paper's not super smooth, so you can see the little bumps. That's still pretty cool. I don't know what I would do with this. I have to cut it down, obviously do something different with it. But this is very nice. So that was just a way of using up the extra, not my favorite, but this is gorgeous. So what I'm gonna do to fussy cut this, and I've left requests whenever I watch videos or chats with Crafters Companion, like, can you make an outline die for any of these things that they do, you know, because that way we can cut it out. I'm not gonna get too crazy about going into each little area here, but I am gonna leave some pink around the edges and just go around and do exactly the same. Like if I went in here, I'm gonna do exactly the same on this side, right? The opposite side of it. So I'm just gonna go around cutting all of this out, and I will be right back. I'm almost done here, guys. I just came back because I was just thinking as I was cutting this, I'm like, I mentioned earlier that, oh, these are my sister's initials. I said, well, they're not actually her initials. Well, that's a weird thing to say. It's like, oh, those are my brother's, but her name is Veronica. That's why we're Veronica. So VL, also like my initials, but I have an A in my, for Araceli, for my middle name. And then it made me think, oh yeah, to let you, you know, I have a sister, Betty. So yeah, Betty and Veronica, and you can ask my mom about that. And my brother, even though one of my brothers, this is not his name, he is definitely a jughead. So here we go. Let's see. Let's go up this way. You know, it's funny, like I said, I need to do it the same everywhere, right? If you're cutting some here and some there, like to make it look the same where you're cutting, right? If you went around this loop-de, make sure you do it over here. So I didn't do that earlier. I was like, oh, darn. So I had to go back and like fix some other pieces. Like right now, okay, I did go around this one. And I was just thinking that Crafters Companion, they always say Craig loves to fussy cut. And I'm like, nobody loves to fussy cut. If somebody loved to fussy cut, it would be called something else. Not fussy cutting. Maybe funny cutting. I don't know. But it's not, this has already taken me probably 5 minutes. And then, like I said, I did one part different, so I had to come back and do it again. You know what I'm saying? Change up the other area. Like in here, I kind of went in here. Oh, that looks more round than it was pointy. There we go. All right. Yeah, it's a little bit longer there. Okay. And I happen to have, I think this is a card blank. Let me see. This card is 8.5 by 6. That's weird. Okay. So I'm going to cut a little bit off of this real quick. Oh, sorry, by 5.5, right? Should be 8.5 by 5.5. I'm cutting very little off of that. And I'm just going to fold this paper in half. It would be nice if I scored it, but I did not. So here we go. All right, and this was kind of crinkly, so let's use this other side here. And we have our little thing, and this is very, very, very basic. And what we can do is, oh, let me see if this thing still works for me. I keep trying out my 3D glue because I'm like, if it hasn't dried up, I want to keep trying. I want to keep using it because I want to use it up, but it dries up on me quite often. But since I put it in a baggy look, it's much better. It actually works for me instead of having to be all super dried out. It is getting harder to squish though, I will give it that. Let me put some over here. Harder to squeeze than ever. Let me get one more little. And also people were like, oh, you know, I gave you guys some tips on how to use it, and that's fine, but this, I think I opened this, I don't know, 5 months ago? So it might just be that, you know what, the glue is pretty old. I mean, what more do I expect it to do? What am I doing? I can't get this. Here we go. All right. I should use a syringe better. All right, we're gonna flatten that out a little bit. Okay. So we have some clumps back there of that 3D glue gel, and then we're just gonna lay it on here. Oh, no, a little crooked. And again, you can use dimensional adhesives. It doesn't have to be the glue gel, but there it is. So just a quick card, put people's initials. Pretty cool. I mean, I'm surprised, like, it didn't move, which is nice, right? The, what's that called? The little letters. And it's a nice script, so really cute. If you guys have it, let me know what you think of them, or if it's something that you are interested in picking up later. But like I said, it was on pretty good clearance on HSN, so I was happy to get it then. You know what? I just came to put this stuff away, and I was going to show you, and I'll just show you after this, that I added more glue because the 2 little spots wasn't enough, so I put 4 spots of glue, and you'll see in the video, and then I kind of showed you how to put your glue away. But I was just turning this over, and these guys don't really want to come out, so that's basically why there's little holes there, so you can poke them out. So I guess just for, you know, maybe the tape that was on them or being pushed in with the foil press, like they stick in there real good. So go ahead and put these away back, obviously, so we don't misplace them. But I just want to show you that because they did stick in there real well. Obviously, there's little holes there. I mean, that's what it's for. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next one, and then you'll see the little update that I did on the dimension. Bye now.